Hey, welcome to Holiday Listings Mastermind, guys. The Holiday Listings Masterclass. Super excited to spend a half hour with you, kind of tell you what's going on. David Hill here, first off. And can somebody do me a favor, please, and just type in the chat box that you can hear me right now? That'd be really awesome. Just make sure you guys can hear me. Someone can just type in the chat box. Can you hear me? Somebody just type yes. That would be ideal. So nobody's typing, so I'm thinking maybe you can't hear me. Turn microphone off. Yeah, somebody please type. I'm gonna keep. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna. Oh, thank you. All right, Joe. Awesome. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for that. And listen, hey, I appreciate you guys jumping on here. And we have got a special class coming up for people that really want to keep their business in line, in check during the holidays. I know this is typically one of those times of year where a lot of us can lay back and it's nice to lay back, right? It's nice to spend some time with the family and enjoy the holidays. At the same time, though, when do we really start to see the effects of it? It's unfortunately in January and in February. And as you know, if anybody who's in real estate, you put a property under contract tomorrow. I mean, today's November. I'm saying December already. It's not December yet. Today's November 16th. And reality is you're probably not closing with the holidays. You're not closing into January anyway. Does that make sense? I mean, we're not closing into January. Thanks, Joe. It says I'm breaking up, so I'm not sure. Is it better now? Hopefully it's better. I'm not sure what I could do on that. Just let me know if it's better quality. So again, going into the new year, 2018, we want to set you up so that you have closings into January and into February. That's going to be the key. So let me know how it is, how the quality is. I know I'm in the process of trying out a new software, this Webinar Jam. I may, depending on how this goes, I may honestly switch back to GoToWebinar, which I've used in the past, haven't had any issues with. I kind of like this software just because it's got some really cool features, but if it's not working right, I mean, if you were here with me last week, we tried to do it, and it was just a nightmare. So we may end up switching back to GoToWebinar. So if you could let me know, if somebody could just let me know if you can hear me. So listen, here's the thing. I mean, going into New Year's, most people, we aren't having this conversation right now. We're just kind of doing what everybody else does. Take it easy for the holidays. Sit back and if some business comes to you, great, but not really lead generate. So what I'm doing here is I want to put together a group of people that on Mondays, for the next 5 Mondays, with the exception of taking the week of Christmas off, with the exception of the next 5 Mondays, we're going to all get together and go all in on lead generation and on fsbos and expireds, as well as contacting our sphere of influence. We're seeing right now a ton of our business is coming from sphere of influence. But the thing with the fsbos and expireds is, guys, they are super motivated. I mean, in the last week and a half, we've listed 3 expireds just because we're calling and having good conversations with them and having real conversations. And they're realizing that, wow, if I could sell my house right now, I absolutely would. So that's what we're all about right now. Let me start this presentation for you. That's what we're focused on. So we're going to have a group of us, like-minded individuals, want to go all in, want to start their year off right, don't want to be in January and in February scratching their head saying, what the heck's going on? No. We want listings on the market now so that you have closings in January. And then here's the other part of it. 70%. Everybody write this down. 70%. If you hear me right now, type in the type box. Type in 70%. 70% of our business will come from follow-up. It's just the way it is. So some of the listings you may not get right now. However, what you're doing is you're filling the pipeline. Filling the pipeline so that in January, in February, you're still pulling those listings in. Where all the other people, like I said, a lot of agents right now are just kind of laying back. So anyway, intro to Holiday Listings Masterclass. My name is David Hill. As you know, I'm the author. I have the Sales Playbook, KW trainer. and also an international podcast, which I am super proud of as well, which is called Path to Mastery. And hopefully you guys are listening to my podcast because, man, we had AJ Harbinger on today. We had Grant Cardone on. I mean, so getting some fantastic guests. So super excited about that. And every week we want to bring you something that's going to help you to improve your business and just one step further or one step along on your path to mastery. All right, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on me, but I started in real estate business 2002. I started calling FSBOs, guys, my first day in the business. I don't know if you knew this or not. Some of you may know my story. First day I showed up at the office. The team I joined, they said, I want you to bring all the real estate sections from the newspaper back then. I want you to bring a highlighter, Scotch tape, index cards. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, what the heck does all this stuff have to do with real estate, right? Anyway, we get there to the office and he shows us, the guy's name was Steve. He showed us how to go through all the real estate sections. And then we used the highlighter and we'd highlight the for sale by owner ads. I mean, right now, obviously we have systems, right? We have different systems. I mean, honestly, that was a system back then. I don't want to say it was a system, might not have been the most efficient system, but it was a system. Now we have Land Voice, we have Vulcan, we have Mojo, we have Redx, and we have a lot of systems that make that a lot easier. But that back then it was a system, it worked. So now we cut out all the ads and then we taped them with some Scotch tape on the top of the index card, and that was our filing system. And then literally we went around, he gave us a script and we started practicing, and we go around the room and there was 5 of us and we'd role play and we practiced the script, and it was pretty uncomfortable. I mean, I came with a sales background, so it wasn't as bad for me, but some of the other agents that were there, they were brand new, and you could just tell how uncomfortable they were. And yeah, a couple of them were full body sweats. Anyway, so now we go through, we do that for about a half hour, and now we're picking up the phones. And I'll be honest, these for sale owners, they were grouchy. I'm a salesman. I'm used to going door to door, business to business, and I'm calling these consumers now. And they were grouchy, man. They were saying, like, don't, take me off your list. If I want an agent, I would have hired an agent, all this stuff. And they're hanging up. So, I'm just getting used to hearing no. And we're going around the room and everybody else is getting hung up on. And people are saying things to them, yelling at them. Finally, I get someone on the phone and I'm like, yeah, this is David. I'm with the Steve Clements team. I'm just wondering if you've been thinking about, buying or using a real estate agent. And the guy was like, yeah, actually I was considering it, and I was like, and then Steve grabbed the phone from me, and he ended up closing the appointment, and that was literally my first listing appointment. And I share that story because it's humorous, but at the same time, Steve, we all knew what we were going to say when they said no, but nobody said, well, if they say yes, here's what you say. And so it was kind of a funny story. But anyway, that's how we got our first listing, guys. Took in my first month in the business, I just kept calling and calling and calling. Ended up listing 7 for sale by owners my first month in the business. I know that sounds, super glamorous and awesome, but what I would tell you is out of the 7, I'm being transparent. Probably only 3 actually sold, and I probably called close to 800 people in all over the state. I mean, Steve had us calling in areas that we didn't even do business, just for the experience in the practice of making the calls. So anyway, but I took the listings. All right, didn't start working expireds till 2009. Believe it or not, didn't start till 2009, guys. And that was because somebody planted a seed in my head that said, you know what, expireds are bad. You don't want to do with expireds. That was the team I was on, and so we didn't call expireds. I learned that, and I wish somebody would have told me earlier that, geez, expireds, not only do they have their hands up saying they want to sell, but if you can get past their little, they have the door up, right, or the gate up because the house just came out to market. But if you can get beyond that gate, they're willing to pay you a full commission, and they'll put the house right back on the market. So got really, really good at expireds in 2009 by working with Jeff Glover and some other people like that. 2014, my team listed over 120 for sale by owner and expired sellers. FSBOs and expired still make up about 30% of our business. Like I said, we listed 3 properties from expireds in the last, almost 2 weeks, week and a half. And I'm a KW instructor. I'm super passionate about teaching and presenting. And I've learned a lot of this from literally partnering up with the best of the best role play partners: Jeff Glover, Gene Arant, Dave Norberg, Derek Lipsky. These are guys that I've just been able to partner up with and practice with. And by doing that, it's made me a lot better. All right. So why I didn't call expires and FSBOs in the beginning is because, like I said, somebody told me, man, you want to stay away from those sellers. They're too grouchy. You don't want to deal with them. That's what I was told. I was told they were difficult. So they got upset with me. So I never made those calls. And that's why a lot of us don't call now during the holidays, because what do people say now? Everybody's like, well, I'm going to wait till after the new year, or I don't want to sell my house during the holidays. I'm not interested during the holidays. So we got to get beyond that initial, we call it the brush off, that initial brush off. Okay. See, I was told that people will wait till spring. This is what people said. Well, no, everybody waits till spring, but that's what everybody else does. We want to focus on the people that are doing things different, that want to sell their house now. Right. So this is, I'll tell you what, the springtime. Yeah, we know there's more buyers out in the spring, but the serious buyers are out right now. The serious buyers are out right now. So I don't want you guys to be held back. And maybe some of you are already experiencing this now. I'm sure, some of you have been in the business a long time and you've never made calls this time of year because people just keep saying, we're going to wait till after the holidays, or now's not a good time to call. Well, what I'll tell you from experience is, yeah, you're going to make more calls and you're probably going to get half the results. But the good news is the people are out there, they're motivated. And right now with our market, I don't know about you, but there's no inventory. Like, our inventory is at an all-time low. So anything we list, we're under contract right away. So it's absolutely amazing. And there's just such a great opportunity right now, especially where most agents are just kind of laying back right now and taking it easy. And it's just more for us. And that's why I'm super excited about this masterclass. All right. So the goal of 5-week training is to grow your FSBO expired business through the holidays and beyond. Okay. I'm also going to add sphere of influence. All right. So not just FSBOs and expireds. We're going to focus on that, but also contacting our sphere. We've got 2 listings coming up in the next 2 weeks, literally from us calling our sphere of influence and asking them if they wanted pies. We're doing a pie giveaway in a couple weeks, or not in a couple weeks, next week. I mean, next week's Thanksgiving. I'm not sure if it's Monday. I don't know. All I know is I got some clients coming to get pies. But when we're calling them and at the end we're asking, hey, do you think about selling? I got 2 people that actually want to sell multifamily properties right now because there's no inventory. So that's happening as well. So we're going to master the holiday scripts. There's special scripts now for this time of year. We're also going to connect with our sellers. It's a nice way to connect, regardless if they're going to do business now, or like I said, it may be doing business in the spring. It may be doing business in January. Makes no difference. Making that connection and finding out, what we can do to help them. Obviously, techniques to shift our mindset. We're going to talk obviously a lot more about that. The mindset that goes with, well, it's probably not a great time to sell, or, where they're going to wait till the spring. So we're definitely going to spend a good amount of time on that. And then again, learning the scripts and strategies for earning business without being pushy or aggressive. I know this is one of the things from working with so many people over the years, that a lot of people feel like, well, I don't want to come off as pushy. I don't want people to think I'm aggressive and pushy and blah. And listen, if you're coming from a place of contribution, you're asking great questions, and you're really there to just help the person, they're never going to sense you're pushy. And here's the thing I love to say to people. If someone thinks you're being pushy, then you're being pushy. That's the bottom line. But it's in your mind. And if you think in your mind, and this is with the mindset, if you think in your mind that you're being pushy or aggressive, then you can believe that you're being pushy or aggressive. So we have to figure out a way to make it about the other person, to come from a place of contribution. All right. And then obviously 70%, I asked you earlier to type that number in. 70% of your business comes as a result of follow-up. And we're going to put in some place for you, some ironclad follow-up systems. All right. Do I have any questions yet? Any questions out there? Still breaking up, getting most of it. All right. I appreciate that, man. Sorry to hear that, dude. I may have to make some changes to the software. I do appreciate you hanging in there, though. This is what most agents do. They pull data from the MLS and then, just kind of, run the numbers themselves, research all the data, spend hours and hours trying to find the numbers instead of just going and investing in a system. And I mean, some systems are literally as inexpensive as $40 a month, and you get a system. It's kind of going back to my index card story, right? I mean, I could still do the index card thing, but it just doesn't make sense now. It's not worth my time. Years ago, I used to mow my lawn on Saturdays. I spent almost 2.5 hours between mowing the lawn and then getting cleaned up after 2.5 hours. Then I realized for $45, I could actually pay somebody to come do it. And I said, wow, I just bought 2.5 hours on a Saturday for $45. Same thing with these leads, guys. Buy your time back. Another thing most agents do is they don't practice scripts enough. Really, 5 role play partners. That's what we have. That's part of, when I bring on agents, when I teach, when I train agents, we want a different role play partner for 15 minutes, 5 days a week. It's only a 15-minute commitment, 5 days a week. It's not complicated. We tend to call once, right? We call once, they don't answer, or they say they're not interested, and what? And okay, that didn't work, and I'm all set with that, right? And I'll tell you what, Zig Ziglar, I love what Zig Ziglar says this. He says, on every call, a sale is made. Either they're selling you why they can't do something, or you're selling them why you can. On every call, a sale is made. And the other thing we tend to do is get lost in the shuffle. And what I mean by this is a metaphor by Russell Brunson's got a great book called Expert Secrets. He talks about Red Sea versus Blue Sea. And when we talk about Red Sea, I'm talking about people like, when you go deep sea fishing and they have that nasty bucket of bloody, they call it chum. It's like dead fish, and it's just gross. But they throw it over the side of the boat. What does it do? It attracts fish, and it attracts sharks, and it attracts everything. And that's how they fish. But that, unfortunately, is what's happening right now with the fsbo and expired business. You've got more agents calling, fewer people. You've got when the bold comes into town, you've got call centers. I mean, that's what's happening. So how do you go create Blue Sea? Blue Sea is where, instead of just being like every single other agent calling, using the exact same script, sounding exactly the same, asking the same stupid questions, you are different. Or maybe it's just going and knocking on the door and showing up with a nice packet for them, right? Or maybe it's bringing them a video on a USB file. I mean, so there's so many things that we can do different to create Red Sea. And those are the things we're going to talk about. All right, so don't get lost in the shuffle of all the other agents. And then, again, with follow-up, having no system in place for follow-up. That's one of the biggest challenges we make. All right, so 5 weeks. The goal is to secure at least 4 listings over the next 5 weeks. All right, so here's some people that's gone through our camp. Erin Holloway in Tennessee. She's training with me. She took 5 listings in 6 weeks. Todd Lemoyne, he sends, every time he brings on a new agent, he sends them through one of my trainings, and his agents are taking, like I said, typically anywhere from 4 to as high as 10 listings during the 5 to 6 week training. And I mean, it's a simple process. This is not complicated stuff. So I've got dozens of testimonials that I can share. You can go on my website, davidihill.com/testimonials, and you'll have some great testimonials on people that have actually gone through my training. All right, 3 secrets. 1, master scripts. Okay, I already talked about this. Simple. Find role play partners. I will help you find role play partners. I'll tell you where to find role play partners. You want 5 role play partners, 15 minutes a day. That's it. It's not complicated. 5. It's 15 minutes. It's done in the morning. It's if you're going to call expireds that day, you role play expireds. If you're calling FSBO that day, you role play FSBO. You're calling your SOI that day, you role play SOI. We're going to set you up with some great systems. And then again, 70% is follow-up. Guys, remember that. I keep beating that 70% number up. And then find a Freddie today. I absolutely love that. Something we use on our team. Guys, Freddie is an expired listing. I called him at 8:30 a.m. with my listing specialist. He accepted the call. We met with him at 5 o'clock that day. We gave him a presentation. Freddie listed the house with us, okay? He signed paperwork that day. Guys, this is a full 6% listing. The house went back on the market the next weekend, okay? House was priced at $319,900. We went under contract that weekend. Freddie said, you know what? I need to buy another house as well. Well, he said that before. Set him up with my buyer's agent. My buyer's agent bought a house from my buyer's agent in Clinton, Mass. as well for $412,000. So between the two of them, he spent almost $430,000. I'm sorry, $730,000 $1,000 from an expired call at 8:30 a.m. because he picked up the phone and we had a Blue Sea conversation with him, met with him that night, and that's 2 sales. The reason I share that is because we're in my team, it's always find the Freddie. The guy's name obviously was Freddie. He's a good guy. He gave us a great testimonial on Zillow, and he's a great referral source for us. So every day when we get to the office, we got to remind ourselves, let's find a Freddie today. All right, tools for signing up today. I'm going to give you a special offer today before we get wrapping up. So the tools today, you sign up, you're going to get the 7 expired type listing script. That's the normal script that I give to people that go through all of our boot camps. However, I'm always updating it. I'm always adding things to it. Again, Red Sea, Blue Sea. Red Sea, everybody's doing the same thing. Blue Sea, we're making changes to our scripts. We're saying things differently. We're approaching differently. We're asking different questions. All right, so we're also going to share with you the fsbo scripts, and I have a special script for the holidays. All right, during the holidays, the regular scripts are going to be effective, but you're going to need more scripts. So we've got some great scripts for the holidays. So the first one is less competition. Second one is the motivated buyers are out, and then the home looks great. So special opportunity for you guys for today only. During this webinar, if you want to sign up today, you get a $48 discount. So instead of the regular price of $247 for 5 weeks, you're going to get a price of $199. So here's what you get. 1 hour weekly sessions. You're going to get the bonus scripts. You're going to get all the materials. I'm going to give you, and everybody knows, anybody who's done a training with me in the past knows I give you everything I have. I want you to be successful. Your success is what fuels me. You understand that? For me to continue doing what I do, you need to be successful. I give you all my marketing pieces. I give you a drip campaign. I'm going to give you my access to the private Facebook group, as well as you'll get a recording of every week's webinar. So that said, today only, like I said, you get a special opportunity. I'm going to actually post there's a special offer right now. And here's what you can do. Literally, there's an offer, should be on your screen. If you click that link right now, it says $199. You can register right now to get into this camp for the next 5 weeks, get everything we talked about, as well as spend the holidays with us, guys. We're going to have an awesome time. We're going to lead generate. We're going to take some listings, and we're going to make a fantastic start to 2018. Because here's the thing. If on January 2nd, you're not at least 15% of your goal pending, it means you're behind the goal, 15% behind the goal. Remember that number, 15% of your pending. Meaning if your goal is, I want to do 100 units in 2018, that means you need to have 15 units pending. See, we don't think about that much, do we? We need 15 units pending on January 2nd, or we're 15% behind our goal. All right, so anybody, what questions do you have? Tell me what questions you have. You can type in your questions right in the chat box here if you have any questions, comments, concerns. See what you guys have. Everybody's a little quiet. Man, I'm going to listen to this after, and if the quality's not there, we're gonna switch over to go to webinar, and that's what I'll be using for the actual program. So we won't have any issues. I do apologize if we're still having issues. So again, $199 today. I don't know if we have any questions. If we have any questions, great. I'm going to give you another, 30 seconds or so. And if there's no questions, again, you get to sign up today. I'll give it to the end of the day, or, email me. My email address is right here. You can just email david@davidihill.com. Okay, thanks, Thomas. I appreciate that. Hey, thanks for saying that. Great. I'm good to hear that. I'll listen to it after. But david@davidihill.com. If you want any questions, comments, anything I do for you, I'd love to do this with you. Right now, we've got about 6 people signed up. My team's going to be going through it. So it's not going to be this massive, oversized group. I mean, literally, I'm going to turn the webinar on so that you guys can speak. We can share video. I mean, we're really going all in to do this together. I mean, if you're investing money, I want you to get every penny's worth. I want you to, in my mind, a good investment is 10x. And here's the thing: anything you do during this 5 weeks, these are skills that you have for the rest of your life too. It's not like you only get them during 5 weeks. No, you get to keep them for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. All right. So any other questions, comments, concerns? You can check out my website. Please follow me on Instagram, davidihill.com on Instagram. So appreciate you following us on Instagram. Access to database call. What is that? Access to database call. What is access to database call? Can you tell me more, Joe? About that. I'm not sure what that means. Access to database call. If you can type it in the box now, great. Otherwise, you shoot me an email and we'll. Because there's a lot of. There were actually 16 people signed up for this, so I'm not sure if the other ones didn't make it. But what'll happen is they'll get this email after, and they can listen to it after. And I'm going to share it as well. So we'd love to have love to answer that question. Okay, I want to do this. The reason I don't have access to databases. You don't have access to a database. Okay, well, get a database, my friend. We can help you with that. I mean, get top producer. Right? When's the best time to plant a tree, right? I mean, obviously 20 years ago was the best time, but when's the next best time? Today. So all you need to do is get yourself, we can get you set up with Land Voice. If you need some leads, it's pretty inexpensive. You want to start with Land Voice. I think they have you can sign up for a whole plan that's I think it's like $500 for the whole year. Or if you want to go monthly, it's $79 a month for like their scale plan. That they have like a full plan that gives you everything. fsbo's expired. It's like $99 a month. You want to go, higher level, then go with Vulcan 7. You're talking about close to $200. I think it's like $250 a month. So I mean, listen, there's systems out there. We'll get you set up with the systems. I mean, here's the perfect opportunity now to invest in yourself, because regardless of the 5 weeks, I mean, you're going to learn some skills, but you're going to have these skills going forward. I mean, these are skills you're going to have with you for the rest of your life. So if that's what you're referring to, okay, how do you get the numbers to call? Exactly. Land Voice, Vulcan 7, Mojo. I mean, there's tons of different dialers. Joe, you know me personally. Feel free to reach out to me if you want to do this. I will make sure I get you set up with the people that can get your phone numbers. And right now, Vulcan 7 has a special offer for my clients. They'll let you try the system for 2 weeks. You'll have access to the full system, 2 weeks for $49. I mean, you almost can't beat that. Vulcan literally is, if you only sign up month to month, it's $300 a month. So we've got some options for you guys. That's out there. Anything I can do to help, email me, reach out to me. Like I said, please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and I'd love to have you guys be part of this. Special again, today, you sign up today, it's $199. And hey, look forward to working with you. Any final comments, questions? All right. Well, hey, thank you guys. I want to just say thank you for your time. You invested a half hour with me, and I don't take that lightly. So I appreciate that. And anything I can do to help you, reach out to me. Check out my podcast, and I hope you sign up. But even if you don't sign up, I want to tell you to have just a fantastic, exceptional Thanksgiving with your family and holiday season. And anytime I can help you with anything, let me know what I can do to help. Have a great day, guys. Thank you. Oh, Thomas, it starts Monday, my friend. It starts Monday the 20th, 1 p.m. It starts Monday. So just go to the site. The link, let me back this up. Thanks for asking that question. The website for this is, wow, it's funny. I didn't even put the website out there. I'm doing great. Go to davidihill.com/holiday listings. But here's the thing. If you click the link, all right, awesome, Thomas. Glad to hear it, man. It starts Monday. Thank you for signing up. It starts Monday the 20th. And for anybody else, just go to my website, davidihill.com/holiday listings. If you get with me today, today's the 16th. Listen, I'm not, that's it. The offer is good through today. So anybody here, take advantage of the $199 offer. If you want it, email me after today. I'm not going to do it again for $199. So I'm just letting everybody know that. Thomas, great work signing up. If you know anybody else wants to take advantage of that offer today, let me know. It's open to you and anybody you know. All right, guys. Again, you rock. David ihill.com/holiday listings. Talk to you soon.